What's up, y'all? It's the Baby Whisper, and this is take 3 for this video. So hopefully no one else bothers me. Anyway, so yesterday I was talking about how to talk to your teenagers, and a lot of you clap back and say, now I'm gonna say clap back because I got a lot of feedback from that video. So let me go on and get the adolescents out of the way. And then I'm going to make another video for the toddlers and the babies. Now, some people say communicate with babies. Yes. All right, so this is the adolescents preview of the teenager talk that I had, how to conversate with your teenagers. So y'all ready? Come in a little bit close. So let's start with this. Ready? For everybody who is our whisperers. What's up, y'all? For everybody who is new, like, share, comment, hit the bell. I think that's it, ain't it? That's it. I don't even know what the 5th one is. Anyway, and for those of y'all who being nosy, come on in and let me have a conversation with y'all. Y'all know who I am. I am the Baby Whisper. What's up? It's Monkey Business Monday. I finally got it out. It's Monkey Business Monday. So what we're going to talk about is communicating with your adolescents. Now, let me shock you for a little bit. From the ages of 5 to the ages of 13 is adolescence. That's a big, look how big that is. So let's break it down. Let's start with the beginning. Because the last 2 videos I started with the end, and everybody kept interrupting me. So let's try this. All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They go 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old, you might want to pull up for a minute. Let me talk to you. In these ages, your child is learning themselves. Your child is learning how they can react independently, how they can talk independently, how they can have their independent thoughts. So independent is the word here. Now, we've seen all this independence. You also have, this is the persuasion age. Now, a lot of psychologists don't agree when I say this is the persuasion age, but I'm going to tell you why. Between the ages of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, you are learning crucial information on how to become self-sufficient. You are learning crucial information on how to be a person. You are learning crucial information on how to communicate, talk, understand, and execute. Communicate, talk, understand, and execute. There go the 4 right there. Most parents at these age groups are seeing their child behavior change. It's not nothing new. This is normal. So, if you have a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old, I want you to sit down with me for a minute. What I'm about to tell you is this. This is the age where your child is persuading the world or persuading himself. When I say persuading the world, because this is the age where some of the kids are learning what I would call bad behavior. Not even bad behavior. We call it enlightening the monster is what I call it. I'm going to say this. A lot of kids watch things. They hear things. They see things. They see reactions. This is the biggest part where monkey see, monkey do takes up effect again, other than when they're 1, 2, and 3. You only got to rest at 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is like, let's get it again. Now at 2, 3, they're learning this is what I can do. I'm independent. They want me to be a big boy and girl. They're learning that. At 4, they're coming to terms with it. By 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they're executing it. And by 11, 12, 13, the execution starts to take its own mind. Now, how do we talk to our adolescents? We can talk to our kids. We tell them to sit down and do what we're supposed to do. This is where I want you to learn monkey see, monkey do. You told your child to listen. You must let them finish and listen. Yeah, I know some of y'all going to say, they not grown. They're not going to tell me. I had them. You did have them. But you are teaching them how to have a conversation. In order for a conversation to be executed, one party must talk, one party must shut up, the next party must talk, that party must shut up, and then they come to an alignment. When I say a compromise and alignment, I don't mean you parents are supposed to give in to your children. Stop giving in. Stop bribing your children. You just want them to shut up. It doesn't work. You are growing a monster. Now, when I say a monster, I mean you are teaching them that they can manipulate people. I'm going to say it again. You are teaching them how to manipulate people, not to have a conversation, not to have a conflict. Now, we must teach our kids the cause and effect of conflict. Why? We have 6 and 7-year-olds going out there shooting people. Is that what they see their parents do? Now, I'm not blaming the parents because the environment around a child is very crucial. Most people say the parents are doing the best they can, yet this happened because they go to school, they go to church, they look at TV, they got phones, they got social media. You're not the only influence on your child anymore. Influence is a key word. And don't tell me because where you live at, it counts. Because it doesn't. I'm going to say it again. Do your kids trust you? Now, I don't mean trust them with your life. Okay? There's a difference. So let me tell y'all adolescent parents what the difference is. Because see, I ain't tell the teenage parents what the difference is. If everybody look at this video and the video I did last night, you're going to be able to put them two together. There's a difference between I trust you with my life and I trust you with all of me. Because you understand me. I trust you in my life. I mean, you're going to protect me to the end of the earth. I trust you with all of me mean if I tell you something that I think is going to disappoint you, you are still going to love me the exact same. Y'all need to rewind that and hear that again. If I trust you with everything, it means that if I disappoint you, you are still going to love me with everything. How many of us make that mistake of saying to our kid, I'm so disappointed in you? But you don't follow it up is, I do know you can do better. This is how I can help you. Is that what your follow-up is? Because a lot of parents don't do that. When you find out there's a serious, then this is for the serious cases. I told you guys what to do with the teenagers. You take that same exact example. You sit them down at the kitchen table. At the kitchen table is what the neutral ground. Now, this is where you want the neutral ground to stay. Because at the kitchen table, the whole family gathers at the kitchen table. But there's no comforts at the kitchen table because you ain't got no food out there. The food is the food for thought that you about to put on that table. Now, you need to take a child. Now this is where you do it a little bit different. You take the child older and you take the child younger. If you have one child, you take the friend older and you take the friend that's the best friend and you put them at the table. Let the parents be there. Now, when you let the parents be there, you say to them, I understand this is your children too, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of something. Do you mind if I just talk for the first 10 minutes? That's respect. You're showing them something. Now you interrogating your kids. I didn't say you get them at that table and you throw every question that they don't even understand. There's 2 questions that you only need to ask your kids. 2 questions. First, you start off with this. I was thinking about something, and then I decided I was going to wait because I wanted to see what was going on. And now I need to ask y'all a question. And I want you to tell me the truth. Remember that spot when I told you you need to be calm going into this? All of you parents need to understand one thing. It is very hard to be calm when something's wrong with your child. I get it. But you're going to have to take it down a notch. And when you're talking to the adolescents, it is completely different than talking to a teenager. Because the teenager has that strike mode, that fight or flight. It's already been taught. Adolescents don't have the fight or flight. They're going to go automatically to scaredy squirrel. And when they hit scaredy squirrel, they're going to close. I'm in trouble. You don't want them to think they're in trouble. Even if they did something that you know you're going to have to fix, they don't need to think that you are disappointed in them, because every child thinks in disappointment that their parent will never take their back. How do you get that back? That's a long process of getting that back. Now, some of us say our kids can go to other people and talk to them and they can tell them everything, but to me, they don't say anything. They don't trust you with all of them. A mental trust and a physical trust is two different things. I've said it my whole career. I said it when I was an agent. I said it. Your mental trust is when you know that that person will, no matter whether you disappoint them or not, will come back and help. A physical trust is that nobody can harm you physically. Children need to have two trusts in their parents. The first trust is physical. The second one is mental. Some of your kids don't trust you with all of them. Some of your kids think that if they disappoint you, you're never going to see them the same light. Some of your kids don't want to tell you that they're disappointed in the way that you have treated them, and they don't want to tell you that. They just will keep secrets. Psychologists don't want to tell you that because they'll be out of a job. You guys have to learn. You have to learn how to talk to them. And when I tell you to put them at that table and for them to understand what is going on and for them to know that this is serious, or even if you want to know like how they're feeling, this is why most kids don't tell their parents they're bullied. I need all y'all to hear that. This is why most parents look at their kids and say, why didn't you tell me? That anger that comes out of your mouth is the same thing anger that comes out of that bully mouth. The words that come out of your mouth is just repeating to them what that bully just said to them. Most kids don't tell their parents they're being bullied because they don't want to feel like they have disappointed the one person they have to have on their side. They want to impress you. That's your child. They see everything you've done. That's why we tell you, listen, I tell all parents, especially the ones who have gotten records, and they look at me and they say, why the hell would I tell my 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old? Because you don't want him to walk or her to walk down the same path. And they look at me and that doesn't work. Really? What you don't tell them, somebody on that street gonna tell them. And you don't know what the hell they gonna tell them. They gonna glorify everything. I've seen one guy from my past that I arrested him, his son, his daughter, and his kid that nobody knew he had. I arrested all of them. You wanna know why? Because they thought this was a family business of doing stuff they had no business. And their daddy said to me, I didn't even want my kids in this. Then why didn't you tell them that? Sometimes we as parents believe that our children should know some things they should know. You should still tell them. Just dumb it down. When they get older, repeat yourself while you adding in what they need to know. By the time they get to 13, by the time they get to 10, these children need to understand that this ain't no joke. They need to understand. And if they don't understand, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I mean, think about it. Think about it. Sorry, it's Monday. I'm recording and my kids, they are on the computer. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you want your kids not to be in the street and you don't tell them about what you learned from being in the street? I'm gonna tell y'all something. The black and white of this is all. Either you want somebody else to tell them or you want to tell them. Because in these days, people be talking to kids ain't got no business. You need to conversate. Sit them down. Have a day. This is a family conversation. You know, when I was growing up, we used to have what we called the bowl of annihilation. Let me tell you, there's a whole different story why it was called that. Everybody would go past in the days of the week and throw questions in that bowl. Excuse me, sorry. They would throw questions in the bowl. And by the time Saturday night came before my parents would go out, or before my sisters and brothers would go out, or before we would have what we call movie time. We had what we call The Floor is Lava, which is funny because there's a song about that. How you get out the lava. All the kids got to sit on one couch. All the adults sit on the other couch. Your feet can't touch the ground until y'all say at unison, break. That's a lovely game to play with your kids. You take the question out the boat and you ask the question. The kids got to ask the parent questions, and the parents got to ask the kid questions. What is it doing? Is it reversing roles? No. You want to tell them what their words sound like out of your mouth because you hear them. And once you repeat the words, you can actually hear what you're saying to yourself, and you can think. If you got to do that, then do it. Do it. That's what you need to do. Then do it. Your children are so used to going to other people and telling them what they think they need to hear. 1 second. Sorry. I know. 5 minutes of quietness. That's what I'm saying. Everybody want to know, I have too much going on, as usual. Anyway, so if you don't understand what your kids are saying, it's great for you guys to say the questions to your other spouse. And if you are a single parent, I'm going to tell you this. If you're a single parent, you have it 10 times harder. I'm not going to lie to you. Because even with me being married, I still had the kids 24/7, and I had it 10 times harder. Because I had someone else that had something to say, but they were never there. What I want to tell all you parents who are divorced or separated, okay, I know this came up, and I'm going to tell you this. Please, God, I want to tell you this, and I need you to listen. When you are actually co-parenting, in order for this communication to be effective, it must not be separate. Co-parenting means that when it comes to be a problem, you will speak about it together. A lot of you parents make this mistake and you separate them. You gotta be a team. If you're not a team, then leave it be. If you're not a team, leave it be. Let it be, okay, well, this is what's going on, and, this is what she deals with. But understand that bond is broken, because where's daddy? Where's mommy? Why aren't they talking to me? And then they feel like they're being persecuted because the next parent is going to actually talk to them by themselves. You guys got to stop being each other's enemy. That's not how you're supposed to raise children. And a lot of people say, well, I can't talk to her. It ain't about you and him. It's not about you and him. It's about the children. That's who it's about. And I need all of you to understand that if you want your kids to grow, you're going to have to let them grow together. The division in their head is that if I trust mommy more, daddy won't like me. If I trust daddy more, then mommy won't like me. Some of you are being single parents because the other parent aren't capable of raising your child. In this situation, this is when you sit down and you tell your child, I know you want mommy here, but understand that I represent both of us. Okay? If you don't know who their dad or their mom is, then when you sit them down, you say, I know you're dealing with a lot and you're trying to understand a lot, but I want to talk about this. Words, which is in our next video. Words mean a lot. And some parents are asking me how important are words. That's in my next video. Matter of fact, it's in my very last video for the day, which is great for me because I'm tired. Communication class for adolescents. The booklet will be out. I don't have a clue. Probably at the end of the week. For those of you who are looking for more skillful ideas, for those of you guys who want to hire me, I do Zoom. I do Meet. I think it's Meet. Google Meet. I do that. It is exactly $75 for 3 hours for me to talk to you, to help you be able to talk to your child. And I think some of you are going to need that. All you have to do is email me. That's it. Or DM me and ask me for my email. I'll give it to you. It's quite easy. whisperifyouhearme@gmail.com. Quite easy. We can set up a time. First, I'll do your consultation, and then I will do your actual meeting with me to talk about your situation. A lot of kids and parents have that problem. Okay? It's the Baby Whisper. Y'all go talk to them kids. Peace.